Hey brother, I read this comment and it dawned on me that a lot of people don't realize that the Torah is just the Bible. Now, again, I'm not calling you out. I don't know if you knew that the Torah was in the Bible or not, but I think a lot of people don't realize that the Torah is just part of the Bible. If we take a look here in Strong's Concordance, Torah means direction, instruction, and law. This is actually the first 5 books of the Bible, Genesis to Deuteronomy. So Torah is basically just Hebrew for laws and instructions. And then the Old Testament in Hebrew is called the Tanakh, and it can be divided into 3 sections. You have the Torah, which is the laws and instructions, Genesis to Deuteronomy, and then you have the Nevi'im, the prophets, and then you have the Ketuvim, the writings like Psalms and Proverbs. Then we have the Brit Hadashah, which is the New Testament or New Covenant. And this can also be divided into 3 parts. You have the Besorat, the Gospels, the Igarat, the letters like Paul's epistles, and then you have the Hitgalut. I probably am saying that horribly wrongly. I'm bad at Hebrew, but it's Revelations. So for those of you that don't know, the Torah is in any standard Bible. It is Genesis to Deuteronomy, and it contains God's instructions, directions, and laws. So when people like myself keep bringing up the Torah, we're just making the distinction of the beginning of the Bible. So we're just talking about the front of the book. Torah is not some crazy outside of the Bible thing. The Torah is in the Bible. It is the beginning of the book. And just so you're aware, Moses did not make up any of these laws in the Torah. They were all dictated to him from God himself. God gave Moses the laws in the Torah. Just to prove my point, let's go back to the Torah. This is Leviticus chapter 1. It says, "The Lord called Moses and spoke to him from the tent of the meeting, saying, 'Speak to the people of Israel and say to them.'" This is all over the Torah. This is God speaking to Moses, telling them to do the laws. And then let's look in Deuteronomy. "Now this is the commandment, the statutes, and the rules that the Lord your God commanded me to teach you." Now let's look in Numbers. "Now the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, 'Speak to Aaron and say to him.'" And here again in Exodus, "And God spoke all these words, saying," God dictated the entire Torah, the entire beginning of the Bible, Genesis to Deuteronomy, was all dictated by God. They are his laws. They're not made up by Moses. When you say the laws of Moses, they are God's laws that he gave to Moses. Further proof can be found in Nehemiah 8. "Bring the book of the law of Moses that the Lord had commanded Israel."